I'm going to show you how spellmaking works in the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. So this is part of the Frostcrag Spire area, but there's also other places. I think in the Mages Guild you can do this as well. The easiest way to do this, though, is going to be by just running over here to the Frostcrag Spire. I have a video all about that place if you want to know more about it. And then once you get inside of it, you wait a little bit, the door will open, you come up here, and you can go to this altar of spellmaking. Now, you'll need mage tallow candles in order to use it the first time. To get those, go to the Imperial City Market District and go to the northwest corner. There's the Mystic Emporium. And inside of here is a character who sells all the upgrades for the Frostcrag Spire. Alternatively, do the Mages Guild quest and use their spellmaking things or whatever. But there's a real way, I don't know how to say a person's name. Go to bartering, and I already bought them, but they'll be in here. You can just organize by price, highest first, and you'll see them at the top, along with all the other upgrades. Go ahead and buy the Mage Tallow candles. Also, I want to add, the Mage Tallow candles are like 3,300 gold, so you'll need a little bit of gold in order to get your Mage Tallow candles. So anyway, once you have that, you go over to the Altar of Spellmaking over here at Frostcrag Spire, and you just activate. Bam, you're ready. Now, you can craft your own spells. So you'll only be able to craft a spell if you've already used it or know it or whatever. So in order to get more spells, you're going to have to find vendors who sell spells and then buy those spells. Once you have it once, then you can just craft with it. So if you get like Fortify Health, then you'll be able to use it in here from then on, as once you've bought that spell. There are various people who sell spells all over the game. A great place is just do all the Mages Guild quests. That'll unlock a bunch of them. There are some that just, like, if you go to a town and it has vendors that sell magic stuff, sometimes they'll also have spells for sale. So you can get a bunch of the spells from a bunch of different vendors in a bunch of different places, in a bunch of different cities. So just go run around, look for different ones and stuff. Once you have them, you just got to click on them over in here, and you can affect, each spell has different things it can change, but a lot of them will let you change the range and magnitude, the area, duration, stuff like that. So, for example, fire damage. Let's keep it simple, right? I can make fire damage on touch, or I can make it on target, or I can make it on self. So on target is going to be a ranged attack. On self, it's obviously yourself, and on touch is like basically like a melee damage type thing. So target's gonna be like the obvious ranged one. So for that, and you also turn the magnitude up, the area, and the duration. But if you do this, it's gonna cost an unbelievable amount of money, and it's probably not gonna be castable because it's gonna use way too much magicka. So let's do duration 1, area 1, magnitude like 5. Confirm. Okay, so now we have fire damage on target. Now you can also add another spell like Fortify Attribute. And then you can pick the attribute. You could say speed. And then on self. And we'll want the duration to be like 10. And we'll just do 3. So now we have a spell that, so when we throw a fireball, it also fortifies speed on us. I don't know why you don't want a spell that does these specific things. Costs 36 gold to make. Go ahead and create. You need a name for it. I'll just call it fire speed. Okay, create. Now you have a new spell. So now you go to your magic, and you can go to whichever category it might be, depending on what you made. Here is fire speed. It costs 12 magicka. So you want basically you want to make sure that it costs less than how much magic you have. So go to your character, see how much magicka you have. I have 94 in my case. So let's go ahead and try to make a different spell now. So let's make one that does fire damage, and we're just gonna make it do 94. So max magnitude. Just oh, sorry, let's turn it down because target costs a little bit more per magnitude. So 92, there we go, 28 magnitude. But the problem with that is, the reason mine's 12 here for this is because I am limited by my destruction skill, and that's where that 12 comes in for that. So this number down here will kind of guide you based on your current level. So if I go back to this and I change it to, say, just above 12, say 15, it might be able to get it. Let's see if I can do a 38. Nope, now I need 25. So, I mean, it's not like it's weird that it gets /12. I'm not really sure about that, but, like, it's kind of a guide about where you can go. But you just got to play with these to be able to figure out where your limitation is based on your skill. You turn this up, need a ton of destruction, and get to a point where eventually you literally can't cast it because the magicka cost is way too high. Which is also why you probably, if you want to become a mage, you really want to, with each level up your intelligence, because you're going to need maximum magicka, and some spells, in order to cast them, you're going to need to have a spell or a potion or a scroll of Fortify Intelligence on self for as much as you can possibly do. And you're going to find as many things as possible to fortify your magicka if you want to cast super heavy spells, like crazy spells. And with this, you can make some ridiculous combos of all sorts of silly things and good things and bad things, especially as you unlock more spells from different vendors. For example, I don't know how this is going to work out, but let's find out. I'm going to do fire damage on self for 3 damage over 1 second. And then I also restore health for 3. Let's do self for 3 over 1 second. And we'll call this fire heal. I don't know. Sure. All right. So now we're going to go to magic and we're going to equip that. And let's see what the heck happens. I mean, I guess it's doing the damage and healing me. It's so little I can barely see the bar change. But yeah, now I'm doing damage to myself and healing myself. And I'm leveling my restoration. So there's a lot of weird things you can do with this for leveling, for actually having good spells and stuff. But that's basically the gist of how it works. I just want to make a guide on how these spells work and how to make them. And that's up to you to use your imagination to make whatever you think makes sense. So hopefully it helps you out, guys. Now you know how spell making works in the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered.